Discovery. Welcome to the channel. It's January 2025 and I'm driving to the season opener at Carson. New year, new excuses. I started traveling for work back in October, so my training in the off season was inconsistent to say the least. Really just going here to support racing and got no expectations except to have fun and stay safe. So let's see how it goes. Quick bike check. I'm riding my TCR that I haven't ridden in over a week.
Line up on the left, leave a hole on the right.
And just like that, we were off for the first race of the year. This is California Bicycle Racing, or CBR's Dominguez Hills course. It is a relatively flat four-corner crit, about a mile long, and its main feature is a slight downhill after the first turn right here. I decided to do the Cat 2-3 race, which started a little bit late, around noon. They added a 3-4 category this year, but it was too early for me this day. They also added a 30-plus Cat 1-3 category, but I didn't feel like I was in shape to be competitive in that field, so I decided against it and decided that I would hop into this 2-3 today. Although I look forward to trying both the 3-4 and the 30 plus 1-3 at a future date. As I mentioned, I'm not in the best shape right now, so my plan this race was to hang out at the back and just kind of stick with the pack as well as possible. One modification they made to the course this year is they put up some barriers to block the pothole that was in the middle of turn 3. So that's a nice safety improvement there. This back section was into a headwind and a little bit uphill, so generally the speeds would come down here. One thing that I learned doing this course last year is that after this final turn, it's a pretty long distance to the finish line, so you don't want to start your sprint too early. This race is 45 minutes long, and now that you've seen the layout of the course, let's jump ahead to about 9 minutes in. Coming through turn 3, the race had picked up pace a bit. I was still towards the back when I saw up front a little bit of commotion.
Crash, 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 crash!
I yell out crash in case somebody behind me isn't paying attention. You only have a split second to decide whether to slam on the brakes or go around the crash. Luckily, I was able to noodle my way through, and I didn't even lose much speed doing so. Hope everybody that was involved is alright. A couple laps later, on the back straightaway, I was still a little bit on edge when I saw some sketchy riding.
Ride smart, dude. Come on. First race of the year. Come on, buddy. Got like 9 more months of this shit. Don't crash today.
That was a bit much, so I apologize to whoever that was swerving and chopping wheels in the peloton. I had to travel for work in a couple days, and the last thing I want to do is travel with road rash. Been there, done that. A few laps later, I found myself up towards the front, which is definitely not where I wanted to be. I peeled off to the side immediately and used the opportunity to eat a gel. I decided since I was up here, I might as well try to hop in towards the front of the race as the pace picked up again. It was about halfway through the race, and this is when typically moves start to have a chance of sticking, so might as well be in a good position to follow something. Sure enough, some people start to jump off the front. I think about chasing, but my heart rate's already almost at the max, so I sit back and wait for some other people to chase. There were a bunch of teams in this field, so I was pretty sure that there would be enough motivation in the peloton to bring any moves back. So I slot in here towards the front and follow along. I almost didn't show up today because I was so worried about my fitness and that I wouldn't be able to stick with the group, but I'm so glad that I did. There's really nothing more fun than riding 30 miles per hour around a course with a bunch of people. Just like that, the field was all back together, so let's skip ahead to the last lap of the race. I was still way towards the back and needed to find an opportunity to move up. This downhill section is generally a good place to gain some places. However, I was so far back, it would have taken a lot of effort, and normally the peloton slows up on the back half of the course. So my thought was hang out back here, and then when the peloton slowed, I could try and make a move around it. The mistake I make here is I let off the gas instead of continuing my momentum into the turn. As we come around the turn, I realize there's a gap to the group at the front, and I really just need to rip it to regain contact. Take a good line here on the inside, but I'm riding too timid and grab some brakes before starting my sprint. This is a super long sprint, so just put my head down and go hard to the line. Headed home now. Decided not to do the pro race because I probably shouldn't have done that race anyway. But things went way better than expected. Got 14th out of 50. Looking forward to what the rest of the season has in store. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.